Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with another update to the Blade Runner spinner. And it's about time to pull all the body pieces together, but before I do, one last bit of prep work. As if we take a look at the front wheel covers here, there's no indication of where I'm supposed to paint for the light backers. So I want to make sure to do that before I put the lenses on and get these on the spinner. And to do it, I'm going to take one of the lenses, and I'm going to lay it up in here. Just hold that in place. Take good sharp X-Acto and just carefully trace right around the edge here. And I'm not pushing very hard, just enough to go through the paint. And once that's done, you can see now I've actually got a 3D edge so that I can paint right up to that. So now that these are done, let's start getting some of this assembly work done. So I'm going to have this in flight mode. So I'm going to want these wheels in the top sockets here. Get those both in. And you can see they are raised up quite a bit. So now for the upper body, first thing I'm going to put in are these little corner fillets here. And to put those in, you actually have to hook them behind the side of the body and then kind of swing them into place like that, because they act as a filler for both the sides of the mandibles and the front of the main part of the body. So again, hook it in, swing it closed, and that's how you want those to look. And next up, we want to put on the side panels, and these need to line up with those two ribs sticking out of the body right there. So those form the front edge of the intakes. Just get that lined up. And see, that's how that's supposed to look right there. And it looks like I got a little glue seeping out there, but that's okay, because I'm putting these all on with white glue for right now. So I can go back and clean them up, and it's not going to affect the paint at all. Get the second side on. And that's how that's looking. The two sides are in pretty good shape now. And now I put in the rear bulkhead. And that goes in slotted right in here. It's got to go ahead of that raised area right there. The two tabs go into the little bubbles there in the corners, and then this sits flush against the floor. So that's how that's supposed to look. Now if we put it all together, this part can be a bit of a pain. So we've got post and hole right here. That needs to line up. But then back here, the body needs to stretch around these bulkheads in front of the wheels. Almost. Slip forward again. Okay. Try this again. There we go. Alright. Put that side. And that's that side. Alright. Little fighting, but it's all together now. Okay. Moving on. So now for the side view mirrors, what I did was I wanted to make them look like monitors. So I painted them brown instead of a reflective silver. And those get dropped in right here in these slots. Not the most brilliant fit, actually. They don't quite sit in all the way. Let's check this one out, see if it's any better. Not really. Well, that's roughly what they look like, but I think I'm going to go back and trim those a little bit shorter so they sit flush to the body. I'll leave those for now, though, and put the wheel covers on. You can see I've got those painted up right to that edge that I made at the beginning of the video. And to install them, I'm going to be using these two holes on the bottom. These two on top are for street mode, but these are for flight mode. And just line up the two pins on the back of the cover, and they pretty much just snap right on. There's that one. Do the same on this side. And it's nice that once they're in place, they actually cover over the optional holes. But that's how those two are going to look. Now for one slight bit of disappointment, these are the seats from the laser spinner upgrade kit, and I'd wanted to use them, but they don't fit. They're a bit too wide, so I do have to use the kit supplied ones. I've got those all painted up, and I've got the photo etch pieces on it. A little bit of guitar string there for the corrugated tubing around the edges. And for these, just line them up with the pegs on the floor. And need to do a little flexing to get around the body, because it would have been smarter for me to have done this first. But there we go. They can pop in. And that's about how those look. Do the other side, same thing. Line it up with the posts on the floor. Give it a little bit of a flex and a push. And knock the rear bulkhead out of position. That's some quality content right there. Alright, I'm going to need a minute to fix this. I'll be right back. Okay, got that all fixed. Got the glue permanently set on this instead of the tacking together that I had been checking out. And taking a look around, see, I've got a combination of kit supplied and photo etch components for the inside. Looking at the underside, you can see how those new photo etch footwells look. Those are actually pretty sharp. I like the way that those turned out. Definitely think that was worth the hassle. And finally, the last piece I'm going to install is driver console. This is straight out of the kit. I'm going to be saving the photo etch in my parts box so I can use that for later. But this, another part that just snaps right in. And that will do it for this update. I've got a lot of parts pulled together here, so I've got a lot of glue seams that are going to have to really set up good and hard before I move on to the last bit. And that will be adding the various details. The front light, top windows, the main canopy, flashers, and a couple other little photo etch pieces before the final weathering. But I'm on the home stretch now, so I am going to get this wrapped up, and I will be posting the final video on this build next week. You can check back then, and thanks for watching.